when I dropped my day one Rafa build, I built it around Overdrive. And after testing it in game, it delivered exactly how I hoped. Early on, when your guns are shit, the shoulder cannons are going to pick up the slack. And once you start packing some heat, he turns into an absolute monster. What's good, everyone? It's Worthy, and in this video we break down what the original build looked like, what I ended up changing, and why is this setup one of the strongest that you can run right now. But because you know that I love you guys, here's the final build. If that's all you came for, here you go. Make sure to subscribe on your way out, and I'll see you in the next video. And for the rest of you, let's get right into it. Alright, so now that we're in game, let's have a look at what changed and why. First up, we're picking up CTR for the 25% gun damage. Mid to late game, this just gonna perform better. Once you have some bangers in your inventory, you're gonna overtake and Rafa becomes the true monster. So in order to shine, we're empiring you. However, exactly the flip side of that, early game and the first couple of levels, you can still take this because the cannons are gonna carry you for a long time if you get unlucky with the loot. But loot is plentiful, so consider that CTR is going to be better for the end game. I wanted to share a minute about Bullet Body Deluxe in a couple of seconds. We're sticking with this one for the entire game because everything else drains our action skill duration. And we don't want to do that because we want to make sure that we are in our action skill for as long as possible, because when we got the cannons up, we're in overdrive. When the cannons go down, overdrive is going to start depleting, and once it's gone, we're vulnerable. And then we need to get the action skill up again. So we're not going to use any of these because for all of those, you'd actually have to spend your action skill duration in order to get the benefit. For this one, you don't have to. The cannons are going to get some bonuses, and we're going to get our action skill duration intact as it should be. Now, the third one, and that's a big one, it's when guns are being gunned. And the reason for that is because I didn't realize how fucking strong grenades are in this game, and I keep killing myself. So we don't want to do that. We're putting it right into resilience here. And I've been thinking about that. So let me know in the comments below, what level are you, first of all? And how many times have you fucking killed yourself? Because I have chucked some nades at a wall fairly often. I'm not gonna lie. And I have made myself go boom, boom quite a lot. Anyway, moving on. Barrage is gone because we need the points in Overdrive. I don't know how did I not think about this. That's a pure I'm a silly boy moment. Overdrive is the one that gives us the increased duration on the overdrive. That is the one that gaps or tries to close the gap in between our vulnerability window. It's a must-have. Splash damage is good, but we don't need it once we have hollow points because they do the splash damage for us. And we need to focus on the big enemies anyway with single targets. Temerario, we're not working towards, and the reason for that is because right now we have to make sure that we negate and close that gap, like I said. So as soon as the cannons go down, overdrive depletes. By the time overdrive is gone, we want to make sure that we get action skills back up on cooldown. In order for that, we're dipping into Apophis lands. Now, initially, we wanted to take the Trill, Las Haras, and Al Centro. Al Centro was to counteract Temerario with the gun handling, which is not an issue at all, by the way. Gun handling is fine. Las Haras is nice to have, but not that great. The Trill is really good. The fire rate is insane. But right now, we need Preparado. And we need Preparado because that allows us to have some active things that we can do to reduce the cooldown. So juggling a quick reload gun, which I specifically have a gun for that, where I just shoot a bullet and reload so that I can get the buff up, is very strong. This gets me to about 3 or 4 seconds of vulnerability window in opposed to 10. That's a lot of time. Unfortunately, we have to pick up Rins, which means that both of these have to be gone. But the good thing is that we're going to get some more points for the Arc Knives tree, and we're working towards in the zone because this is going to be our closer, muy bien, caliente talent. We can get Expedite 5 out of 5, and you should do that because zooming is fun and you're super fast. And we're also going to get a handshake deal because that gives us some gun damage that we lose on not taking Temerario. And in the zone is the one that makes it that we're unstoppable. Freezing the overdrive duration, even for with one mob if we kill him for 3 seconds, it is going to be 3 seconds, is crazy good. And that 2 mobs gets us there. We're never out of overdrive and we're done. But because that is unconfirmed and still relies on you killing the mob, and there might be only heavy mobs out there, we want to kind of gear towards action skill cooldown rate increase as well. For that, the couple of things that I wanted to highlight is one, I'm picking a rep kit that has Go GFC on it. Now, this one is crafted for the action skill cooldown rate. Every little helps, right? These are going to be half a second, a second. That's just going to make it sure that I'm not dying. And the second is if you can get 3 parts of it, you get an extra 20%. I don't know how good is that going to be because the other talents are also very strong, but worth a try. If you get lucky enough with a Chromium throwing knife, this one is OP for a reason. Everyone is talking about it. It does give you flat damage increase, so do take it. And lastly, a good AR with kinetic rifle with kinetic damage is gonna be really strong for your pew pew FPS. Let's go get them. So do that. My other two guns is the plasma coil and the rainbow vomit is specifically to deal with shield and with armor and with all the other rest that I don't want to deal with. So always my recommendation would be is to try to gear towards these kind of things where you have situational awareness and you know that if you play Borderlands already, and if don't, then that's the reason why you have 4 weapon slot because you cannot just go with one weapon, right? Everybody will tell you that. Now for the specialization, and that's just going to take a minute. There's 3 points that are very, very, very strong and one optional. One is bullet train. You're always sprinting. This is flat damage. Take it. This is what you do. That's Rafa. Then the second is riddle you this. This is 50% gun damage once you get there. Again, take it. You're always shooting. And then the third one is the best defense. You're always going to have either your head or your shield full or almost always, and then it's going to get 30% extra damage. Now, the last one, purely optional. I'm taking Fight for Your Life at the moment, 2 of them, because I can lavish in my quality of life. You can do it as well, or if you want, you can just pick the one. I'm going to land on either. I'm probably going to go with down but not out, but that one is going to be remain to be seen. So that's the tested version of my day 1 Rafa Overdrive build. The original theory held up, but with these adjustments, it goes from strong to absolutely broken. Early game, like I said, the cannons are going to carry you. Mid game and late game with the right gear, Rafa becomes unstoppable. Now look, I'll keep refining this as I push deeper into the end game, and if you want the full progression path and the strongest builds in Borderlands 4, then make sure you're subscribed. And hey, drop down your own Rafa tips in the comments, and I might test them out in the future. In fact, I probably will test them out in the future out of curiosity. But anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.